As far as I'm concerned, music is music. I don't look at it as rock, R&B, all that kind of stuff. I just look at it as music, you know. When I feel sorry for anybody who only listens to one form of music.
Unsigned, you're listening to the Freeza Block Show. Local, milehighunderground.com. Unsigned, local artists, unsigned artists. Music you may have never heard before. Music you'll want to hear again. All right here on the Freeza Block Show.
Welcome in. It is a Freeza Block Show. So very happy to have everybody listening in and alongside. Thank you for joining us. It's a late show. We have Driven by Turmoil in here. So all the metalheads out there in Colorado who know who Driven by Turmoil is definitely are watching indeed. So enjoy. Thank you guys so much for coming on in, fellas.
What's up?
What's up, man. Indeed. We have a whole lot of guys in here, man. And let's see, I'm trying to pull up that darn applause button. Yes,
hurry up, my nipples are hard as cold
That's it.
tonight.
We have Rod, Jeremy, and Tom. They are Driven by Turmoil, and of course we have their street team here with the mastermind, and Andrew's out getting Jamba Juice like he should. So indeed. Indeed. So if you guys a little bit, Rodney, for the folks that are watching for the first time and have never heard of Driven by Turmoil or want to find out what Driven by Turmoil is, just go ahead and tell them what's up.
Well, Driven by Turmoil is about fun, positivity. When life knocks you down, you get right back up, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Indeed, man.
Keep driving. Keep kicking.
Indeed.
Keep pushing. Keep crawling.
That's what we do, baby. That's what we do. Driven by Turmoil is a 3-man band. So four-man band.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I already screwed that up.
Our bass player's at home doggy style or something.
He's a good guy. That's Jason Green, right? He is a good guy, man. I've seen him a few times, and he's a really kick-ass guy. So awesome. We couldn't. Sorry he couldn't make it here tonight, but it's not.
He's twerking.
It is not a big deal. We've got everybody here that we need. So
no, Jason's our bro, man. I couldn't do my job without the guy. He's kind of like the thunder behind my thunder.
Go ahead.
Yep, that's true.
Behind his cojones.
That's true.
Indeed, good stuff. Oh, we got the juices in here.
Jamba Juice delivered.
Hey, we're not supposed to really drink in here, but we'll kind of let it slide. We'll let it slide for now. I just let the I gave the last guys a hard time because they brought barbecue in. I'm like, sorry,
damn.
You can't do.
We can order barbecue too.
Then no, they couldn't.
Where do we order that
at? Good stuff, man. Rod, Jeremy, and Tom. I'm sorry, I won't call you Rodney again. That was the last time.
It's all good. Your hair looks cute tonight.
Thank you, by the way. Indeed. They are Driven by Turmoil. Make sure to check them out on Friday, November 30th. They're 3rd. They're going to be at Cheers, and it's going to be a really good show. Heart for Hayden. And, man, you guys are excited about doing that, are you not?
Yeah, it's our first year doing it. It's a really great cause for Judy's house. If you like the Broncos.
Love it.
Damn right.
Brian Greasy started it about his mama.
Yeah,
it's a great thing for grieving. And
Brian started this organization that really just helps people grieve through loss, and it's grown throughout the years. It's helped several people through the research that I've seen on it, and to be involved in an event such as Heart for Hayden, it kind of opens your eyes a little bit, and it really kind of pumps you up to really want to help, and that's what kind of got our attention on that was
I think the Broncos even donate money to it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and
it's a really great cause because we've all lost somebody,
right.
In life we are mortals, and
And
You
the
know?
thing is, it's a lot of it. It's grieving and stuff, but there's also a lot of help that needs to be taken
Yeah.
care of. That that little period in between when the check's going to come in from the insurance companies and stuff. There's that immediate cost, and I think that this is
Caskets cost money.
and this is where this
They
kicks
do.
in. Is it's able to help out the widows or
And it helps. And
for folks
this
who've lost.
the Heart for Hayden thing is just kind of a great way to bring, the metal and the local scene together, and just bring people together and enjoy some music and raise some money for a good cause, and it gives some pretty good notoriety, I think, and I feel, because how long has it been running, the contest? It's been
it's about 8 or 10 years by now.
So
And
it's
it definitely brings a sense of camaraderie to the musicians involved.
Go ahead and pull that mic up to you.
No, it definitely brings a sense of camaraderie to the musicians involved in the competition. And there's a lot of bands involved, and I think 30 plus bands or something like that. And to get the opportunity to see all of these local acts in the same type of atmosphere, doing the same thing for the same goal, and putting our hearts out for the music and for the fans, and doing it just so that we can actually say that we represent is a beautiful thing to see, because all of us do. I know it in the local scene, put our hearts and everything that we can into what we try to do.
Everybody does it for the love.
And,
That's for damn sure.
It's just it's a beautiful thing to see.
And we do appreciate it, man. And how did you guys kind of get involved with it? Just being in the scene, and they asked you, or did you guys kind of actively?
Well, they
say,
asked
"Hey,
us
we really
last
like
year,
it"?
actually.
Okay.
Scott had asked us, and every year we try to do things different every year in a way. We don't like to do the same thing all the time. Last year was a big, really great experience playing the Whiskey A Go-Go in Hollywood last year.
That was
this year.
This
What-
January.
What year is it?
I know it goes by so
This year,
fast,
which is 2017, but we played there on January 18th or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
28th or-
Gosh, yeah, I can't really remember. That.
Is it? Is it
Yeah.
exactly a year?
Yeah, that was before I
The
joined
date
the
was
band.
different, though.
That was actually before
Don't make this about
joined the
you.
band. No,
Jerry.
but we're going back
God.
on
Freaking
January.
drummers,
Yeah,
man.
By the way, yeah, Jeremy, Jeremy,
you want to hear a funny story?
We're
Is
going
when we
back.
met Jeremy, when we were first jamming with him, we asked him what his last gig was ironic and really magical about meeting Jeremy, because his last gig was at the Whiskey A Go-Go also, and my jaw dropped when he said that. I was
Yeah,
like,
that
you
was-
gotta be freaking kidding
I'm
me.
like, dude, this
No
was
way.
meant to be.
No,
man. We
true
found
story.
a guy,
True story.
Freaking crazy,
Yeah, and
But like I said, we treat every year different. We don't like to do the same thing every year and grow and just do something different. That's what life's about, really, I believe. The experiences you play in music. I've heard people say, "Oh, I haven't made a freaking dime playing music," and that's not what it's about.
Tell us what
All the people that have big pocketbooks, they did it because they loved it. It's just the times are different now, and in my opinion, the corporate greed and a lot of other politician type of crap is taking over a facet of art that was monetarily appreciated in a different way, in a more honest era, I think, of America, because things are out of balance, and it's really obvious to me,
Yeah.
Our world's evolving, the planet's evolving.
well, and
It's getting hotter.
Now tell us a little bit about how that, all of that stuff that you're talking about, how does that translate to some of the music that you're making now? And, a lot of, are you putting a lot of that?
It's a lot more angry and pissed off. It's heavier and
No, I wouldn't say it's pissed off.
Hell no.
We really try to have a positive message with anything that we, put together. And some of the newer music that we've worked on is exciting to play because it's good groove music, good metal music.
Our stuff's fun,
It's
and
fun.
people,
Yeah.
tell us, "Oh, you guys are just a party band," and I say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
not?
very
Let's be a
fucking
party
much.
band. I mean,
freaking much.
gosh, I want to have fun if
Oh,
we're
well.
going to do
That's
this.
kind
you
of the
know?
point, actually, of being out and listening to loud music, right?
That's the point, man.
It
Right
is,
there.
man.
You have to test positive to play with DBT.
You
To
cannot.
THC. It's true.
Indeed. Good stuff. We
Well,
have
yeah.
Driven by Turmoil in the studio. We've got Rod, Jeremy, and Tom. And of course, in the back, we've got the street team, Mastermind and Andrew. Mastermind, tell us, let's talk a little bit, man. Go ahead and put that mic right on up to you, man. Mastermind, I love the way you talk. I love how you represent, man. And tell us how you got hooked up with the rest of these guys, and do not tell the Connie Selica story.
Well, we got a lot of history. Me and Rod go way back. I think I met Rod back in 2011. Actually auditioned him for another band that I was managing at the time, and didn't quite work out for that band. But I like what he brought. I like what he brought to the table. I liked his energy. He was just really positive.
Right.
So we hooked up, and we literally created a band out of nothing, out of thin air, like within a week.
That's the way to do it, man.
Had him in my basement, just boom, working, and within 6 weeks, I think it was, we were launching, and people thought that they were like this big band. There was a band called Signs of Malice.
Okay.
We just had come up with that.
Is that one of the
real
bands
quick.
that you were managing at the time? Okay.
So we developed at the time, and then of course I kind of got into it to help my son's crazy deathcore metal band when he was younger get some gigs, and all of a sudden it took off. And Rob over there at Cheers asked me in 2012 to produce the Battle of the Bands over there, and we changed it up that year. That's the year where he gave out 15 grand cash.
Yeah.
First time. It's the band that when the Conflict Between, they came in and shocked everybody in the finale with their get out of jail free card, I want to call it.
Right, yeah. Because they have like the what do they call it? The wild card or the bonus band,
what
right?
happened, they were eliminated in the semifinals. One of the finalists, I don't want to say the band, was disqualified due to some unfortunate act.
Stole their pedals.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
there was an act.
I like how you do it.
There was-
You just break it right on out.
That was an act. That was yeah. Let's just say there was poor misjudgment on their part. They got disqualified for 15 grand in cash at stake. So the Conflict Between was invited back in because they were a semifinalist. They just barely got eliminated. So
Right.
the singer of that band showed up that night for the finale, and I shook his hand and said, "Congratulations, you're back into it." And he had this look in his eye, and he just, "We're here to win it."
Shocked.
He
and
said, "We're here to
surprised.
win it." And
All
when he said that, I went, "Oh man!" And I had no influence on who won. I didn't get to vote, and that was the terms.
Right.
I was unbiased throughout the whole thing,
Nice.
and it was so much fun.
That's
It was
good.
a lot of work.
Tell us a little bit about what you do, man. Aside,
Well,
with-
Mastermind Music Works has kind of been in hiatus for a bit, but we're doing a relaunch, getting behind the music, getting behind the local scene again, making it fun again.
making it fun again.
Making it
indeed,
fun
indeed.
again.
It's been fun.
It's been fun, of course. But
You've been sleeping.
make it Mastermind fun. And we'd like to represent local music. And
So I mean,
We're back.
is this the only band right now that you're representing with, or do you got a few more on the table, or what's going on?
well, one of the up and coming bands that was really making some noise here in Denver is no longer. Drone Livingston was going to be. One
Yeah,
of the
you know what?
Masterminds
I was going to
gonna be on.
ask about that Drone Livingston. A little bit those guys with Steve Addison and the rest of those guys, man. It was
Steve,
really good.
Vic.
But then what happened?
They all
You just
moved
ended
away.
up moving away.
Sucks, dude. There's
I
that
don't
was-
know either.
Still gonna do it.
they're going to still try to work on it, but it's going to be strenuous and hard.
Right.
But that's all right. That's all right.
okay.
You know, we're here talking about Driven by Turmoil and Driven
Absolutely.
by Turmoil only. So,
And
indeed,
Battle of the
indeed.
Bands at Cheers.
Yes, indeed. Battle of the
November 3rd.
Bands at Cheers.
Be
Indeed,
there.
indeed. Awesome stuff, man. All right, Tom, tell us a little bit about what you do with the band, how you guys kind of got started with it, and then you know how folks can recognize you. By the way, because you got to take that hat off once in a while.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, back in 2010, I had an idea about, you know, just kind of starting a project, and lo and behold, through the process of, you know, meeting many musicians, you know, I ended up hooking up with Rod, going on about 5 years now, huh, Rod?
Yeah, I think so.
That's been a while.
It's been a while, and you know, Rod and I just had this connection from the get-go that I think it was just like we looked at things the same. We kind of had the same ideas about where we wanted to go and what we wanted to do, you know, with the band. What's that? I don't know what's up with that, buddy.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Are we not being seen on the air? Is that what the problem is, or what?
That's
Don't
a
go live with
live
Facebook.
feed on
Oh.
Facebook. So,
Oh, I see what you're doing.
so I don't know what.
Well, anyway, man, keep going.
But
We're
yeah,
talking about you.
so you know, so Rod and I kind of said, yeah, let's do this thing, and you know, we've finally got to the point where we have really a good crew together, and like Jason Green came on with us about 3 years ago.
Awesome.
He's awesome. He's
Awesome
a brother
guy
of mine.
and player. You know, for us, it's really a brotherhood connection.
It
Really,
really is.
It's how it really works. Being fun. We start off with fun first.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get in the mood for everything in life. It seems like you know?
It almost does, doesn't it?
You know, and the cool thing
the
is,
right mental approach can make such a big difference in your playing. You know,
it
just that
is, and its
connection.
own
You know,
attitude too.
It's kind of all that put together. You know, and it was a blessing to meet Jeremy too. He's from Phoenix, Arizona, and he's an awesome player and done lots of stuff, and learning his experience and style. You know. It was an awesome addition to the band also.
Yeah, and having him with us now, what,
A little over 6 months.
little over 6 months, Jeremy's been with us, and you know, we're excited. We've got things coming up with the Heart for Hayden. We're planning on doing another return trip to California to visit the NAMM convention.
Well, tell us a little bit about that, how you guys got hooked up with that deal, man, because that sounds pretty kick-ass.
You know,
hot ladies, rock stars,
Yeah,
Lamborghinis,
you guys
lots of
lay
weed,
it on out
get
there.
drunk,
the
go to the ocean,
thing-
eat seafood,
Oh yeah.
do it again.
The cool thing about that is, you know, I have buddies in Chicago and they're musicians, and I went out there one year and he brought me to the Washburn factory, and I went into the Washburn factory and I got to see how some of the guitars were made, and I met a gentleman there, Steve Gill, and it was just a quick meeting, and then I came back and we were talking about going to NAMM as a band, and I talked to Joey, my buddy in Chicago, and he's like,
Shut up, you're stoned.
yeah, well, he wants to hear the story.
I do. I want to hear it, man. And
So-
you guys are
Now, when he
definitely-
first
trying
told
to
us about
nutshell
NAMM,
it too.
first time he told us about NAMM, we're like, man,
Yeah, and
shut
everybody
up.
was
What are you
like, no,
talking
and I'm
about?
like, no, you know, I think I
'Cause I-
can get us passes.
I thought
through
about
Steve.
going before too, you know,
right?
Yeah.
it's awesome. you know?
And so
Just going as fans and not actually performing there.
well,
I
you
mean,
can't
know.
buy a ticket.
you can't buy it. You have to be invited.
Oh, wow. See, there you
You
go.
know, you have to
it's a
be
different
on
connection
a-
than
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's-
but that whole experience, Steve, just has opened up the door for us in so many ways, because, you know, we met a lot of people out in LA, and we continue to meet people in LA. And, you know, we've befriended a lot of people out there that are real receptive and great musicians too. So
Tell us a little bit
We're-
about, you know, how, I mean, are you guys commuting back and forth from there and doing a lot of work out of Los Angeles and stuff?
know,
or are you guys just
right
well, we
now-
kind of are in a way
Yeah.
because
well, we went out
we
in
take these
April
trips
was our
out there
last.
to support bands too that we like.
Yeah.
You know, we saw the Barbed Wire Dolls out there. It was a blast.
That's a great band
You know,
too, by
awesome,
the way.
fun band from Greece.
Awesome
I
band.
believe. And you know, the more you connect with people And, you know, I've always you're meant to, you know, meet certain people in your life.
Right.
And it's true, you know, the connections you make with people is really very important in life. And there's good people to meet out there, just like there is here.
No
There
doubt
is,
about
and
it.
you know?
you know, I mean, that scene's just so much larger that certain things are more apparent as far as, you know, who you can trust.
Oh, the scene's so much bigger.
Yeah,
It
it's
just seems like Hollywood is kind of like a central hub for all of these people to meet up. Because I went to a convention out there a couple years ago when I actually went with a different band and played the Whiskey in 2015. And we stayed at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel right on the Strip.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, it was limo service and everything the whole time.
Is that when you were manscaping?
Everything was catered. And I mean, it was called the Global Rock Summit. And we went out there, we played a couple shows, but we got to meet up with NAMM is more like the musicians and artists and the actual like companies
you haven't been
involved.
there yet. How do you know?
Well, this is my understanding of it.
Okay.
So shut the shut up, Rod. It's my turn to talk.
Beep, beep,
Just
beep.
because you got a microphone on stage doesn't mean you got one in the studio all the time now. All right, buddy? So, so anyway, I went to the Global Rock Summit, and that was my first Hollywood experience. And it was more
awesome,
the record labels and the people in the industry involved in promoting and A&R. And A&R Worldwide actually is the company that put on the Global Rock Summit. And there was people from all over the world, Germany, Russia, Australia, India. I mean, it was all a global type thing. And so I'm excited because it was kind of a little awkward because I'm not familiar with all of that kind of stuff. It was nice to learn about it, but this time I'm actually going to get to go out and hang out with the artists and with the people that I want to endorse me and sponsor me. And you know,
Hell yeah.
it's a little bit more of a thing that I think I'm going to enjoy a little bit more than the Global Rock Summit.
Awesome. Kick ass, man. We have Driven by Turmoil in the studio, and we are kicking ass and telling a lot of stories. And man, you guys have definitely been around, man. And I love that, man. Indeed. We did bring some music, though. Folks are hanging on and want to hear some jams. So you brought some stuff in. You guys have some new music coming out. So let's not let anybody else wait anymore. So we got 3 tracks, and the first track is called Concrete. So,
Society.
Is that
Concrete Society?
Concrete Society. See how I didn't even write the whole thing down, man. Tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll get.
Well, we've
right
been working
into
on the
it.
CD almost 2 years now, I think it is. But trying to do the things the best we can. We kind of start organic with tape, dump it to Pro Tools, and do it up from there. But we had a awesome mastering engineer in Burbank. There's some mastering, master our stuff. So
Good.
Yeah,
stuff.
we're really
proud of it and
excited
happy.
about these tracks that got done, and I'm excited because we're getting closer to putting out the first record that I've waited for a while for, and when you get this close to it, it's like you really get excited. So we've got big things coming up with even that coming out.
Nice. Good stuff, man. Let's get right to it. This one is called Concrete Society. It's Driven by Turmoil. You want to say something real quick, Rodney?
Kick it!
All right, baby. Let's go.
Turn it up.
The red light sinks a day. And the green light sinks a more. walking the streets of America today. I see the homeless women and children starving. Soldiers suffer from a war gone by. Can't you see what I'm living in? We're living in concrete. 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 Society. We're living in concrete. 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 Society. We're living to die. Today, living to die. Another way, living to die. Today, living to die. Another way. Corporate suits dictate the world today. Greed kills everything. Look around. What do you see? Can't you see what I'm living in? We're living in concrete. 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 Society. We're living in concrete. 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 Society. We're living to pay. The man living to pay. Your dues living to pay. Today living to pay. And only your name is written in stone for tomorrow's memories. Can't you see we're all living in? We're living in. Yeah! Concrete. 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 Society. We're living in concrete. 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 Society. Fast forward in time and reality. The drugs and the money and the cops and the freaks of society. The world is moving a little faster. The world is moving a little faster. The world is moving a little faster. The world is moving to disaster. The world is moving a little faster.
MileHighUnderground.com, driven by turmoil in the studio. That song was called Concrete Society. Indeed, indeed. We're joined by Rod, Jeremy, and Tom, and Mastermind and Andrew, the street team right behind them. And indeed, indeed. Great stuff, guys. Man, how long you guys said it's been taking you guys to put this together?
Almost 2 years.
2 years, man. And that's about the time we had you in last time. It was about 2 years
or like
ago,
fine
man.
wine, man. It just gets better.
Getting better with age and all that stuff, man. Make sure to check them out. The Heart for Hayden event, Friday, November 3rd at Cheers. Make sure to bring a couple extra bucks for donations as well as your beer when you come on out there, man. Indeed, indeed, yeah. And yes, for the Driven by Turmoil fans, if you haven't broken it out already, man, that bell, by the way, is for a hit or a shot. We've been having so much fun, we haven't even used it yet, man. But again, that's for the folks playing at home. A hit or a shot doesn't necessarily have to be weed or alcohol, but just a little bit of something to get you right on through the rest of the show and your life. Indeed. Great stuff. Driven by Turmoil. Awesome stuff. Well, tell us, Andrew, or Jeremy, my bad. How do you got kind of started and hooked up with these fellas, man? And you know,
well, I'm kind of new to Colorado. I moved out here October of last year, so I've been here about a year. when I moved out here, I wasn't really playing music at the time. I was kind of just trying to focus on getting work and getting settled here. And things happened, things in my life changed, and I ended up in a situation where
He's single now.
Yeah, I'm single now. I'm getting divorced.
And he's happy. You don't have to announce that on the radio.
No, so things changed for me, and I ended up with a whole lot more time on my hands, and I was going nuts because I wasn't playing the drums. And I mean, I've been playing since I was a kid. Done a lot of different styles of music and types of music throughout the course of my life.
Were your folks, you know, musically inclined?
I had family members that were, but not my folks per se. But my parents were always very supportive of me. And they put, I'm a drummer, so my mom literally put up with the noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
she let me practice, even though she hated it at times. You know?
No drumming after 10 o'clock.
She put up with it, and you know, I gotta give it to my moms. She really
Shout out
did.
to his mom.
Shout out to moms.
What's up, Mom?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Two
But,
shots, baby.
We all got one.
But I was going kind of crazy at the time because of all the changes going on, and I didn't have music in my life, and so I ended up meeting a guy named Michael Nelson through some mutual friends, and I reached out to him, and I was like, hey, you know, I hear you jam, you know, I'm interested. And he's like, oh, perfect, I know these guys, and they were right down the road from where I was living. And so I hooked up with Rodney, went over for a practice, and it went from there pretty much. I mean,
tell us, Rodney, when you guys first, you know, hooked up, saw this guy, or what, it was an audition process, and were you guys like, well, let's see what
I was auditioning them.
Oh.
Well, I'm just kidding.
You know, when he showed up, honestly, I thought he was a stowaway from a ship. I was like, damn, really? I was like, well, hopefully he doesn't have scurvy. So came in, you know, you don't judge a book by its cover, you know, I've learned that, you know. And he came in, he's a great guy, and he started jamming. It was just natural.
Yeah,
you know?
just kind of really
it was just natural,
fell together.
You know?
And how did you feel? Did you feel?
You know, and that's
like
when you know, and you hope sometimes you find one of your best friends. You never know.
Well, it was like this for me.
flipping to the
When on the first night I went over there, it was like this for me. I moved to Colorado. I hadn't really met any real friends, and I told them the first night, it's like you guys speak my language. And we did it through music. It's like we could communicate that way and not say a word and have a complete entire conversation or story take place, and realize it afterwards and be like, hey,
It was awesome.
you know, you don't need to say anything when music is the language.
When you can get down and jam and talk through music, you know, just connect that way, then you know it's all going to be good.
As a matter of fact, I think that night we said, hey, dude, you're in the band, you know?
I mean,
We didn't
it
vote
was
that
like-
night.
It was pretty damn quick. It was
Yeah,
like
you guys
one or
just
two.
knew
How we
I'm
work
pretty-
it.
I'm pretty
When
sure
we
you
do an
didn't say
audition,
it that
this-
night, but I'm pretty sure I knew I had the job.
This is how we
He was
do.
excited.
When we audition somebody, it either you get a thumb up or a thumb down. Okay,
It's just
that's
like
how it
Roman-
works,
it's
especially
Roman
with the
time.
drummer. I mean, no offense.
But it felt good.
You know,
and you guys
so
were
he got
right
3
into it.
thumbs up, so that was a good start. You know,
Oh,
and
man,
you just start
fantastic.
building from there. You know,
Good stuff.
but
man.
I do want to give a shout out to some people that we love.
Let's do that. By the way, it is driven by
Very
turmoil
important
in the studio.
scene of Denver, Colorado.
You gotta
In this
turn it.
beautiful.
You got to turn it.
Oh, see, so what are we doing here? Saying
You know,
hi.
We're
It-
saying hi to everybody live on
Oh,
Facebook.
good.
Shout out
How you
everybody
doing?
on
Shout out
Facebook.
to everybody out there. Thank you for
And
watching.
I'm talking
We
about the
love you.
DBT army of people and people we all love in this scene. People like Don Shepard.
Yep.
Marie Antoinette. I love you, sis. Chaz Boudet. The Boudet.
The Buddha.
Hound Dog.
Chaz.
You know, everybody knows Chaz. Elizabeth Herrera. Little Patty. And there's so many other people that
There
are
are.
involved in this. Jim Chapman, you know.
B-Rad. Yeah,
I
B-Rad.
love Jim Chapman.
Hey,
There's
fake
a lot of
folks.
great people.
Come on over to the Freeza Block channel on YouTube as well. Make sure you give it a subscription and a thumbing and a liking. Same with my all my pages and stuff too, man. Give me a shout out, huh? How about that?
What's his name?
Indeed.
What's the DJ's name?
Block.
Let's hear it for her, folks.
Yeah.
Steve-O!
Yeah, indeed. We have Driven by Turmoil in the studio. It is Rod, Jeremy, and Tom, and we're going to get into the next track here. Rod, you guys have released this already once, but apparently we've redone it again, so it sounds even better. So I'm excited to hear this, man.
Yeah, remaster of Ride.
Indeed.
wanted to fit the album better, you know.
Yep.
And it really came out awesome.
Well, all right, man. Without any further ado, this one is called Ride. It is driven by Turmoil. They are kicking it live right here in the Freeza block. Start it up, baby.
Get a grip. We're gonna take you on a trip. Hold on. Lock and load, here we go. Kick it down hard. Don't waste another day. Live hard, live large. Put the pedal to the metal, pedal to the metal. Give it all she's got. Come with us, Sailor Street. Walking our ride. Walking our ride. A rocket ship into time. Come with us tonight to the edge of time. Grab the gun, have some fun. Grab the cash, all the stash. Got our need for speed, doing it for the thrill. Fast and furious, fire and ice. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. Everybody, rev your engines. Walk our ride. Walk our ride. A rocket ship into time. Come with us tonight to the edge of time. In hyperdrive. Oh, feel your heart beating. Feel your blood pumping. Feel your heart thumping. Feel your blood gushing. Kick it! We'll see you in Vegas.
Driven by Turmoil right here on the Freeza Block channel. Indeed, the Freeza Block show. Thank you. Oh, very so much, you guys. Good music, man. Again, I've heard that song before, and it sounds even better now, man. I'm really happy for you guys. And, you know, like you said, you reached out, and you guys have done some, you know, good research, and you got a hold of some good people, and you've got some really kick-ass production work going on with your
Thank
music,
you.
man.
We've
I
been working on
appreciate that. Yeah, no doubt about it. You could totally tell. And indeed, Driven by Turmoil in the studio. Indeed, you can check them out at Cheers on Friday, November 3rd, the Heart for Hayden deal. And also, they're going to be opening. Is it going to open for Crash Karma, or Crash Karma will open it for you?
We don't know yet.
But they're going to be playing with
It
Crash
doesn't matter,
Karma
but it'll be our
at the
second time
Silver
playing with them.
Spur.
Silver Spur.
At the Silver
Say it right,
Spur.
Steve. Silver Spur.
Silver
Silver.
Spur.
Show, guys.
That's right.
Dude.
And that's
Go
funny
ahead.
because
Time.
Tom is going to be doing his best Kenny Chesney impression.
Is that who that is?
I think so.
Silver Spur.
That's a Silver Spur.
Yeah, I think
More
when
spit,
we
Steve.
open up, play with Crash Karma, I think, we're going to either be like second or third going on. The times haven't come out on that yet.
Well, it doesn't matter. You guys are playing.
If you haven't
with them,
seen
so.
Crash Karma, they're a great band. They're real entertaining. And we opened up for them a year ago.
Yeah, we played with them once before. Yeah.
So they're just fun. Great band.
Have you guys played at the Silver Spur since it's been the Silver Spur?
Silver Spur.
Yes.
Silver
Just
Spur.
remember
Steve.
it as the X Saloon.
I do remember.
Nice,
Silver Spur.
Look at that Silver Spur there.
No doubt about it, man. And
But
well,
we,
it's
as
really
a matter of
not
fact, we
different.
did. When was that date? It was June 16th, I believe.
Yeah.
We played it at the
Silver Spur, folks. Silver Spur. Say it, Jeremy.
At the Silver Spur.
Silver Spur.
At the Silver Spur.
Silver Spur.
But shouts out to the Silver Spur. These guys will be there with Crash Karma.
Silver Spur.
Karma.
Silver Spur.
Indeed. And that's going to be November 30th.
November 30th. Yeah.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
make me do the whole rest of the show this way with my like this. Good stuff, man. All that stuff, man. Rod, how did you decide that you were going to be the lead singer? How did it just come up that
Well-
way, or did you decide that hey, maybe not? Tell us a little bit about how that evolved.
Well, for me, it's either you're a lead singer or you're not. So when I get with some guys, no matter who it is, it's it goes with the territory, just the
You
way.
just tell them you're going to do it, and you just get up there and do it, huh?
You meet guys, and everybody does their position in the band. It's kind of like a ship. I describe it as, what it is. You got to have.
Did anybody ever want to sing, or was it just you just kind of stepped up and said, "I'm going to be the guy"?
Well,
Or-
Rod has that. He has that natural ability. For me, I've been with Rod for 5 years, and I've played so much music with him. And every time I hear the songs that his lyrics that he writes, they're true story kind of.
keeping the involvement of the crowd.
Yeah, and
I've
he's
played in a
got
lot
that.
of freaking bands in my life, and there's something this guy's really good at, and it's capturing the crowd and getting them interested.
Right.
Whether it be by being a comedic effect to certain twists on different things that are happening in the crowd, or whether or not him already have a plan and just go out there and say what he already had planned. And it's about delivery too. I mean, if he says something that's just off the wall stupid right after we finish rocking out this freaking badass song, then it kind of gives a reaction like, what the hell is that? And it gets people interested,
People are into it, though.
You got to be funny, man. Got to have fun.
You do, Rod. You definitely have a lot of showmanship to you. Just personally, it's almost like you're on all the time, even if you're not. You know what I'm trying to say? You're not, on the stage or whatever. You're just a gregarious personality. You got a lot of humor and a lot of kindness to you, man. And we like that. And I think that's what these guys like about you too, man.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about your spirituality and some of that, because obviously you've seen some kind of light, man, and you've definitely got some
Well, for
philosophy
me,
behind what you
studying the
do.
planet, my years on the planet, and everything, it's just for me, Mother Earth and God's connected for me, and that's what I believe in my soul. And no matter what happens, with today's society with North Korea, and there's just so much going on all the time. It's concerning for all of us, really. It is as humans, and got to keep positive in life, no matter how bad it gets, and just know that she's going to take care of you, and even if you die, it's going to be okay. Death isn't the worst thing. It really
Go ahead
isn't.
and take that shot, by the way.
Right.
Okay.
it's about good and bad.
It's about consciousness. It's about consciousness and trying to be a good person.
I
and,
truly believe in that. I think if you
treat
just,
people the way you want to be
wanna
treated.
treated.
The golden rule, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Every
Keep
negative-
smiling. You see so many people. When I was a kid, it seemed people were happier sometimes when I was younger. Just when you connect with the eyes with people, it's like you can tell if somebody's positive or with it. And people look away.
Every negative thought is a
Freaking
cancer.
weird.
It's a cancer on your soul. Every negative thought that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it is. And the good thing is that music really transcends like those feelings. Like when you play think of a song, or, you know, Rod will sit and he'll have a feeling, and he'll be playing on his acoustic, and some of the stuff that he plays on his acoustic is like, it just comes off the top of his head. And that to me is very spiritual in the fact that you could just do that.
It just comes organically.
It comes organically.
Right? Yeah,
and,
there you go.
And it transcends, and it really kind of sends a positive feeling through, you know, and that's the best we could do as humans, is try to love each other. You know, I've always been kind of a pro, you know, lover, hugger. For all those who know me,
you know that people, he's a hugger.
Yeah, if you see me,
I'll give you a spray shower now and then.
These guys get a little handsy
shower.
sometimes.
Hey, I do.
Don't appreciate the handsiness.
You know, hey, I got an appreciation.
Shut up, Scurvy.
You know, do you ever look at life and just say, you know what, I got an appreciation for every moment of my life, and like wherever I'm at and whoever I'm around, I appreciate that. And you know, the sooner that more people look at life that way and start treating people better,
togetherness, unity, fun, positivity.
We all got our
cooking,
we all got
barbecuing,
our issues, but it's how we lift each other up. Really, you know.
Is this kind of like a little bit of an extension of where your name comes from? The name of Driven by Turmoil is the turmoil driving you to try to be positive?
I think so.
To try to get out of it.
Things are going to bring you down in life.
That,
you know, things are going to happen.
Tell us a little bit about that name. You know.
Well, I think you hit it on the head, because as there is turmoil in the world, you know, we have a choice to sit and let it affect us, or we can look at what's going on and we can stand up and be stronger, and push forward. And I think that really kind of transcends with the name Driven by Turmoil, you know, because there's always going to be catastrophe in the world, and
there's going to be an earthquake. There's going to be a flood.
There's going to be a volcano.
You're going to blow a tire. Something's going to happen. Like Jeremy said, your rubber's going to break.
You know, you know,
something's going to give.
There's going to be issues.
Something's going to give.
Right.
We have Driven by Turmoil in the studio. It's Rod, Jeremy, and Tom. Street team is out on the street. I think they got locked out, but it's all
we
good.
sent them to the dispensary.
There you go, man. That's what they're for.
But it's really fitting that you're talking about, because if you play the next track that we brought called Solitude, and that's what it is about, is encompassing everything and being positive and bringing unity with people and positive stuff that corporate America
some really positivity.
And greed is just out of control. There's some things are just out of whack, you know. Some things are out of whack, and I think as a mental consciousness is what needs to happen.
Yeah, and like you said, man, greed is out of control, and it's what's killing our world, man. All right, man. Well, let's get into this track, man. This one is called Solitude. It's Driven by Turmoil in the studio. Make sure to check them out at the Heart for Hayden Fest, Friday, November 3rd at Cheers.
Cheers.
And also at the Silver Spur on November 30th.
Nice.
Indeed.
More spit.
Good stuff, man. This song is called Solitude. MileHighUnderground.com, the Freeza Block Show.
Get it.
Gotta find that place where nobody else can go. Escape in the music. Reach for the sky, positivity, creativity, find the power inside your mind. Aim higher, get stronger, a new direction, prime directive, live faster, be driven. Come with us and you will find. Searching for that place will find. Rats. I found solitude. 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 Evolution, revolution, mankind's way will peace, one race, unity in humanity. Imagine the dream, the higher ground of man. In time, we will find such an fallback place. Seek and you will find. Right. I found my solitude. 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 Mother Earth. The spark of time creation. Evolution, revolution, evolution, revolution, evolution, revolution, evolution, revolution. Seek and you will find. Right. I found my solitude. 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 My mind. Solitude. My mind. Solitude, my mind. Solitude, my mind. Solitude, my mind.
Driven by Turmoil in the studio. Solitude, definitely a lot of what we were talking about right before we went in there. And I like how you're mixing it up a little bit of singing, a little bit of, I guess, hip hopping, or maybe some spoken word, if you would, in the deal, man. And I like how you guys are mixing it up a little bit, man.
Dimes.
Yeah, there you go, man. Some rhymes, man. What made you decide to go ahead and do all that, man? Just kind of
creativity.
There you go, creativity, man. It was kind of a silly question. Tell us a little bit about you guys are talking about having that was only 3 songs that we have, but you guys have a lot more. And tell us about when we're
total.
tell us a little bit about
8
when we
total.
could look forward to having the rest of these out coming out.
Okay.
Oh, we got the mastering down now. It's just the artwork and planning a CD release date. We might do an online thing first,
Yeah, right.
You know,
But we're looking at a month, a couple months, a couple weeks. What I mean, is it
probably be December or January or something.
Yeah.
The Heart for Hayden, we're putting a lot of energy into that right now.
Yeah, we do kind of have a lot going on with the direction that we want to go. We want to get the album out.
right?
Artwork is in production right now.
But we're already booked out like 2 months already.
Yeah.
So,
And so
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
So
good
it's
though,
like-
man. That's good.
it is.
There's always something going on.
Yeah,
Always
no
something
doubt.
going on. Oh, we do want to get it out. The good thing is that the songs have been mastered and we got them back.
Yeah.
So we're really down to more just like artwork and getting the disc produced.
We want to hurry up and get this
done.
one out as quick as possible so we can
That's what
record
I'm saying.
more
Yeah.
and we can be
Hi,
a
Lisa.
little bit more
Love you,
productive.
baby.
And I just want it for our merchandise. I mean, it's a long time coming, and these songs I'm anxious to put them in people's hands because I'm excited about how they got mixed and mastered.
Yeah, and
the whole process
it was a
was
trip
awesome.
how we found the mastering, because that's what we were voting on, the mastering, because it's always somebody's ear what you hear, and every guy's sounds different and all that. And I do a lot of research on recording and mastering, and I had found a guy, Warren Hewart from England. He's a really awesome teacher and producer. He's worked with Aerosmith, the Stones, and all kinds of people, Alice in Chains. And he referred us basically to a place that just put it over the top for us, that made it worth spending the money and time to do it.
Good, yeah, good deal. So and so we're looking at the, like I said, beginning of the year for the rest. of the
Probably for the
releases
party,
stuff.
but we would like to do it before the end of the year, but it's just the holidays and just how it goes.
Oh, I
It's
do.
gosh.
Oh, we all do. Indeed. It is driven by turmoil in the studio. It is Rod, Jeremy, and Tom.
You need to go back to the Silver Spurs, Steve.
No doubt about it, man. Check them out. They're going to be at Hartford Hayden Friday, November 3rd at Cheers up there at 120th and Washington, and also at the Silver Spur on November 30th with Crash Pharma. Indeed, it's going to be a great show. Make sure to come out and check them both out, man. And your guys' music, you guys can find it. You make sure to go on their Facebook page, give them a thumbing and a liking. And from that Facebook page, you can go right to their website and all that good stuff. Make sure to give these guys some love so they can get some stuff going as well. And again, man, make sure to vote for these guys on November 3rd at the Hartford Hayden Fest. Man, that's such a good time.
Army.
Indeed.
TBT Army.
Indeed. Thank you guys again so much. We're going to go ahead and play ourselves right on out, man. Driven by turmoil in the studio. Thank you guys so much. Rod, Jeremy, and Tom. Indeed. Again. Indeed. Friday, November 3rd. Cheers. Make sure to be there. It's going to be a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Everybody, make sure to come out next week. Check us out. We're on at 8 o'clock next week. It's going to be Scarlet Canary. They will be in the studio.
Nice.
Everybody have a fantastic week, and thanks again.
Have a great one, man.
It's driven by turmoil. Enjoy this, baby. Everybody have a fantastic week. The weekend.
Amen to
Yeah,
that. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
And the green lights of tomorrow. In the streets of America today, I see the homeless, women and children starving. Soldiers suffer from war gone by. Can't you see what I'm living in? We're living in concrete. Society. We're living in concrete society. We're living to die. Today, living to die. Another way, living to die. Today, living to die. Another way. Corporate suits dictate the world today. Greed kills everything. Look around. What do you see? Can't you see what I'm living in? We're living in concrete. Society. We're living in concrete. society we're living on. To pay. The man living to pay. Your dues living to pay. Today living to pay. And only your name is written in stone for tomorrow's memories. Can't you see we're all living in? We're living in. Yeah! Concrete society, we're living in concrete society. Fast forward in time and reality. The drugs and the money and the cops and the freaks of society. The world is moving a little faster. The world is moving a little faster. The world is moving a little faster. The world is moving to disaster. The world is moving a little faster.
All right. Thanks for those of you who stuck through, man. It's the time of the interview. We are actually just about on our way out, but I always don't I never let the artists leave without having them do a promo for me. And we've talked it over a little bit, so we could do it. Just say your name real quick. Like, hi, I'm who? Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Rod.
And you know, grab a mic and yeah, you know.
Hi, I'm Tommy.
And hi, I'm Jeremy.
There we go. Perfect. And we are
melting it down to zero on the Freeza
Freeza
Block
Block
Show. Mile High Underground.
We gotta do that
with
again.
Steve.
Hey, what's the name of your band? And we are who?
We are driven by turmoil.
Oh, that was good, man. Let's try that Mile High Underground one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Mile High Underground.
One more time, man. 1, 2, 3. Wait. It's
Do it on 4.
MileHighUnderground.com. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
MileHighUnderground.com.
There you go. Thank you guys so much, man. And thanks everybody for listening in too. We really, really, really appreciate it, man.
Much love.
Now back to your regularly scheduled music. We'll see you next week with Scarlet Canary.